really pissing me off is people identifying as an alcoholic for the rest of their life, dude. Holy crap. Do you understand that you don't have to ever tell anyone ever for any reason that you are or were an alcoholic? If I didn't tell you, if I didn't actively say, hey, my name's Cody, I am an ex-alcoholic. I was in a relationship with addiction and we broke up. I'm an ex. I am an ex-alcoholic. I was physically addicted to taking 30 shots a day. Look, do you see how this story just drags on? Like, I don't have to tell you that, okay? Now, the cooler part about that is I'm never gonna drink again, as are a majority of people that call themselves alcoholics. Did you know that only like 8% of people are real, true alcoholics? Everybody else is just calling themselves that. You know, just because you go to AA, just because you prefer sitting in a room, just because you have a high tolerance to it, or you've been drinking your whole life, or you could outdrink anybody that you know, just because you drink alcohol a lot, often, every single day, just because you drink 5 or 6 or 10 every day. None of that makes you an alcoholic. Alcoholics don't want to drink. They have to drink. They have a dependency, okay? So if you're first off identifying as an alcoholic and you're not dependent, or you aren't in a position where your life is actually benefiting because alcohol is in your brain and body, you are doing the exact things that somebody that does have an addiction would do. In my opinion, that's even worse because you're in a position to just stop. Oh, you can't imagine your life without it? That doesn't make you an alcoholic. It means that you've developed a processing and a coping mechanism that works for you. Even though it makes your life 80% more miserable, you think that's okay, and that's fine. You can keep doing that. But we don't know which drink is gonna push us over the edge. We don't know which shot is gonna be the one that makes us have such severe withdrawal symptoms that we are literally going to start this cycle of dependency against our own will. With all of that said, you don't need to identify as an alcoholic. As a matter of fact, the main reason is because most people who drink the way an alcoholic does identified as an alcoholic without even knowing that they didn't have to do that. People told them they were an alcoholic. You told you were an alcoholic. You told them they were an alcoholic. So guess what your brain did? It assumed the identity and then it invoked the responses. When someone is an alcoholic, what do? They drink. You bored? Got nothing to do? You drink alcohol. You know, people that don't have a problem do the exact same thing for the exact same reasons, right? But identifying as something that you're not, or calling yourself something that you're not, even if it was true in the past, only programs your subconscious and your very real conscious that you are something that you're not. You don't have to do that. As a matter of fact, if you just said, hey, I'm a big, brave dog, your brain's gonna automatically start trying to find reasons why that's true. If you say, I'm an alcoholic, I'll always be an alcoholic, once an addict, always an addict, guess what your brain is gonna do? It's gonna prove you right. Whether you say you are or say you're not, your brain believes you.